we're going to cover in this course is all about administration of Office 365. Now, the way we're going to approach that is we're going to start by looking at the Office 365 settings. So these are things like how to add licenses, how to set the partner of record, looking at the service health, the message center, support options you've got, and also creating reports. From there, we'll look at how to get custom domains into Office 365 and to manage these and also delete them if it's required. Then the major component of most administration in Office 365 is typically around managing users. So this is going to include things such as adding users, deleting users, configuring users, applying specific licenses to those users. So this is really going to be the vast majority of what the admin in Office 365 is done day to day. Now, once we move outside these general settings, we'll start looking at things like Exchange Online. So how do you manage the mailbox for those users? How do you manage things like shared mailboxes? How do we make sure that we have security and compliance set correctly? How can we manage things like malware and virus protection? So we'll cover that in the specific area dedicated to Exchange Online. Then we'll look at the area in which users will be storing their files. This is using the SharePoint technology. This will include team sites, OneDrive for Business, and also Office 365 Video. So these are three locations that users can store their files. How do we set that up? How do we manage permissions? How do we make the most out of that for users and also make administration easy and straightforward? So a lot of the focus there will also be around the security and the permissions and how to manage those for a group of users. We'll move on to Skype for Business. So Skype for Business will allow users to message and do conferencing, webinars, share files, do a whole range of topics. So how do we enable that for users? How do we give them access on their desktop? How do we integrate that into their Outlook, into their team sites, into other aspects of Office 365? So we'll cover that as well as some advanced options there that will give users more functionality. From there, we'll look at the enterprise social networking tool that comes with Office 365 being Yammer. Yammer is a social network that allows users to communicate openly and quickly using the interface, the web interface that is provided. So we'll show you how to set that up, manage that, and some differences that the enterprise version of Yammer brings to the table. Now, of course, Office 365 wouldn't be complete without Office on the desktop. How do we roll that out? How do we manage that? What different deployment options do we have? How can we make this easily and quickly available for users? So we'll cover that off in that section. Now, we'll round off the lessons here with an introduction into doing the administration using PowerShell. So PowerShell is a scripting language that administrators certainly should be using to automate and simplify a lot of the tasks they do day to day when it comes to Office 365. So we'll give you the basics. We'll show you how to do some management using PowerShell of things like Exchange, SharePoint, and Skype for Business. So again, stay tuned for that. But remember that all of this is designed to give you the skills and the ability to manage a tenant for a user and to provide the best options and usability for them, as well as improve your knowledge of the product and make it easier for you to manage and do the day-to-day tasks that are required for the customers that you support. So without further ado, let's get into the lessons.